Hello, and welcome to Week 7 Organizational Leadership and Learning in the News, presented by Valerie Easley. This week's subject is leadership effectiveness. The area of focus is authentic leadership. Being an authentic leader relates to knowing and understanding oneself, knowing one's beliefs and values, and acting on them through open and honest communication. When I think of authentic leaders, I think of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, and Gandhi. People followed them because of their beliefs, because they trusted them, and they gave them hope. This leads us into the 5 interrelated core components of an authentic leader. First, an authentic leader stimulates follower identification. They lead with high moral value and integrity. They do the right thing even when no one is looking. As a result, they influence behavior and increase self-esteem. In the next component, the leader creates hope through setting goals and helping their followers achieve them. They transform the followers' self-interest into a mutual interest, therefore inspiring mental willpower and way power. In the next component, reflecting trust, it relates to honest two-way communication, information sharing that is good and bad, constructive feedback that is also good and bad, and knowing one another's values. Showing positive emotions is a component that relates to encouraging creative thinking, inspiring unique ways to solve problems, and achieving goals. Most importantly, positive emotions stimulate positive emotions in others. Last but not least, the final component raises optimism. For an authentic leader, failing is temporary, as they believe that people have the ability to change situations for the better. Now that we've had the opportunity to review and understand the core components of authentic leadership from a scholastic perspective, let's take a deeper dive into authentic leadership practices from the perspective of current leaders. The article chosen for this project was 10 Authentic Leadership Practices by Kevin Cashman. It was posted in Forbes on April 24, 2017. Kevin Cashman is a senior partner at Korn Ferry. He specializes in CEO and executive development. He is also a keynote speaker. In the article, Cashman describes authenticity as a journey. He also reviews 10 key practices of authentic leadership as outlined by David McLennan, Chairman and CEO of Cargill. Cashman defines authenticity as the continuous process of building self-awareness of our whole person, as well as being transparent about both strengths and weaknesses. Cashman's definition brings to the forefront a perspective that imposes the responsibility upon the leader to continually grow. In the article, he states that we are authentic to our current state of development. However, we are inauthentic to our potential state of development. Therefore, being an authentic leader is not a fixed state of being. One must constantly self-reflect and raise self-awareness. Cashman's definition also notes that authenticity involves exposing your strengths and weaknesses. In other words, being vulnerable to others. As cited by Cashman, Howard Schultz, CEO of Starbucks, believes that displaying vulnerability is the most important quality of leadership. The article goes on to discuss 10 key authentic leadership practices as outlined by David McLennan. Number 1, be comfortable in your own skin. Realness is genuine. People know when you're faking, and eventually your real self will surface. Never take yourself too seriously. When you make a mistake, move on. Most people are primarily thinking more about themselves than your mistakes anyway. Share stories of personal failure, vulnerability, and learning. Be open to sharing your feelings, and when you fail, the experiences from your past are what make you who you are today. Don't believe your own press or focus too much on your accomplishments. Do your best and let your achievements speak for themselves. Surround yourself with people who will give you feedback. Ask for their feedback and be open to their perceptions of you. Earn the right to be trusted by being courageously truthful. Gain trust through honest, constructive, two-way communication. Encourage diversity and encourage everyone to bring their best selves to work. Be accepting of diverse ideas and perspectives. Believe that everyone has something to offer. Narrow the gap between your work self and your private home self. Who you are should not change based on your environment or who you are interacting with. Stay humble to learn, yet remain confident to serve. Open your mind to learning from others and admitting mistakes, but be confident enough to teach others and influence their behavior. Dedicate yourself to purpose-driven service. Be a servant leader. Helping and supporting all stakeholders increases loyalty and opens doors to learning opportunities for the leader and the follower. As you can see, walking the walk is just not enough. According to Cashman, as humans and as leaders, we have an infinite ability to grow. An authentic leader must actively work to become more authentic, embarking upon an infinite journey of courage, vulnerability, and self-development. Within the journey, behaviors must be adjusted to align with practices that relate to increased self-awareness. Next, we will review a video clip from TED Talks that discusses authenticity, courage, and vulnerability. The original video, Bring Your Whole Self to Work, is about 12 minutes long. The link is provided in the references and is posted on Blackboard. The featured speaker is Mike Robbin. He is the author of several books. One, Focus on the Good Stuff. Another, Be Yourself, Everyone Else is Already Taken. And finally, Nothing Changes Until You Do. He is a keynote speaker and owns a consulting firm. Some of his clients include Google, Wells Fargo, eBay, Gap, and Twitter.
Interesting is for the last 15 years, I've been traveling around here in the U.S. and now around the world talking about things like appreciation, authenticity, compassion, in the context of leadership and teamwork and success in the business world. And these are pretty simple concepts. They're universal. But fundamentally, what my work is all about and what I've seen over the last 15 years, both for individuals in a variety of different environments of working, and also for organizations, particularly in the 21st century, that what it really takes for us to be fulfilled and successful is an ability to bring our whole selves to work. All of who we are. All the gifts, all the talents, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, our heart, our soul, the things that matter most to us. But what that involves for us as individuals and also for companies and organizations of various sizes is actually a lot of courage. And as Dr. Brene Brown from the University of Houston says, you can't get to courage without walking through vulnerability.
Per Robbins, the terms authenticity, compassion, teamwork, and leadership are simple concepts. But to be successful and fulfilled, we must bring to work all of who we are, including our fears, our talents, doubts, and insecurities. For our guiding questions, we will discuss points from the video clip and the article. Thinking about the video, exposing vulnerabilities at work is a scary thought for some. Are you open to sharing your weaknesses with your subordinates and/or colleagues? Do you believe that the workplace is an appropriate environment for exposing vulnerabilities? Why or why not? In the article, Cashman states that being authentic is a journey of self-awareness and development. How have you changed as a leader since the start of your career, or even since the start of the OLL program? Do you equate those changes to self-awareness and authenticity, or a different source of development? Thank you for sharing your time. I hope you enjoyed the presentation article, and video clip. I look forward to your posts on Blackboard.